in every crisis, there is always an opportunity. Now, Rob, my partner in crime, Mr. Q, and me, JC, aka 3007, we discovered a new opportunity that we have going. We are going to share with you. So watch the following video, watch the details, and every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central European time, we are going live in our group and we share all what we experience. We share everything we do, we share the results, we share what we have done and what you should not do maybe sometimes. But let's have a quick look together. Watch this video and join us. It's free, completely free, no investment, no credit card. Just be with us in our group. See you.
Hey, we are here together with Rob. He's sitting in Indonesia. I'm JC, aka 007, Rob, aka Q, and we are here to present you something a bit different than usual. Hey, Rob, how are you doing?
I'm good, JC. Thanks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to telling everybody about this opportunity. It's amazing.
Yeah, so Rob and I, we came across through a friend of an opportunity called 5 Billion Sales. And at first we were very skeptical. We were thinking, all right, this is something very strange with the name as well. We were thinking maybe this is a scam. We researched a lot. We had several talks. We talked also with the guy that presented that to us. But we have done our research. We have done our due diligence, and I would say we have started to test it. And yeah, maybe Rob, what's your first experience on it?
I was much the same. I thought, a bit of a scammy name. I wouldn't have kind of went with a name like that. But as far as it goes, it's okay. Like it's a name. You got to have some name. But yeah, as you said, we were very skeptical. But the more and more I get into it, the more and more we talk to other people, and we see the amount of people that are in this, that have this opportunity already. I think it's doesn't cost anything. Why would you worry so much? And if I was putting money down, I probably wouldn't have done it. But being free, I jumped in and started using it, and it's working. I've got a few people in there, and there's more coming. So yeah, I don't see it. It's a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, so we have we basically have prepared, we have started to roll it out, and now we are ready to communicate. And after our short introduction video, you will see a video from a lady called Inga Sevenstone, and she will be presenting in quite in detail the whole system. So we don't need to redo that. She's well versed in that. But let us just share a little bit of more on our side. So basically, you will see later in the video how this goes, but this is my screen as of today. Today is 23rd of April. The system started to run in March, first week of March. The company made already 35 million profit after one week. That's what they claim. And again, you have different version on how you can join this and what you can do, but we choose to do it basically the free version. We are selling our data, and that's what the lady will explain very much in detail afterwards. But here's my screen, and you can see that how much commission have earned already. And this is, for example, 2640. It's just the income from my data, and there's a V bonus because sometimes I click on an ad. So basically, it's 1 minute a day for me to make sure that that everything is fine. And since I'm on the internet on a daily basis, then nothing strange happened. And actually, you get this $1.10 commission on a daily basis, which is quite cool. It's not a lot of money, but it's coming in like that. Then obviously you have commission earned when you have people joining your downline, and it goes down to 16 levels. So this will be explained in the video. So that's one of the opportunity, basically selling your data, refer and earn. As said, you can get $100 for any person that joins for free. using your link or Rob's links. It's absolutely not a problem. Your link if you join, and we are getting up to $5 per downline up to the 16th level, so which is quite amazing. There is a third opportunity, which is guaranteed sales, and maybe just to have a feedback on that, because you get basically a guaranteed sales of $155,000, and it is for 3 times based on a paid ad. So nobody has to do this, but obviously this is quite appealing, and you obviously have to pay a commission after that. This will be also explained later on, but Rob, you did that, and you have already the first results after 3 weeks while the machine is still learning, right?
Yeah, I was. I'm pretty amazed actually. I've been doing a lot of solo ads over the last 5 months, and been costing me a lot of money. And so I run an ad for $269 US, which is pretty cheap for any ad, let alone something that lasts for 6 months or more. And the amount that I'm getting back it's 250% higher click rate than what I was getting back off my solo ads, and the actual sales is about the same, but my my sign-ups is like 300% better than what I got through the because there's a higher rate. I got 300% more than I got through the solos for sign-ups, and I've had sales off that, and a couple of become recurring profit, recurring monthly income. So I just took out the second ad for 269. I haven't finished the ad yet, but I'm sold on them. They work really well.
Yeah, and on my side, I placed an ad as well to obviously to test it. And after 2 weeks, I have already over 5,000 clicks on the ad, and a few hundreds that have actually registered, so they are already in the system, and that's also something where we will get some recurring income. So so things are moving and fast, and obviously I hope you will enjoy the video after. It's a bit long, it's about an hour, but it's worthwhile watching it and really understanding how it is. Now, below this video, you will also find both links, the Rob's links and my link, so you can basically decide with whom you go. For us, it's a no-brainer. We are partners, and we work together in different, I would say, different topics, but mostly in coaching. But we thought that this opportunity would have to be shared with our people, with our friends and colleagues, because this is quite unique. And when you can do that for free, why not, right? You always are sharing your data anyway. Right now, if you're watching that, some system is already checking on your data. They are knowing who you are, where you are, how old you are, what you are doing, what you're watching. So, all right, let's enjoy the video coming up. And any question, you just come back on us.
Yeah, come back to us with any questions. Even to navigate the site, you know, we've spent a lot of time on it now, so we're getting to know it pretty well. So if you have any problems, yeah, come back and have a chat.
All right, bye-bye. See
Thanks.
you after the video.
Okay.
So, good afternoon. My name is Inga Stevenson, and it is my pleasure to introduce 5 Billion Sales to you. I know that some people on the call have, you know, you're seasoned members of 5 Billion Sales right now. So maybe it's a little bit boring for you, but we're going to start at the top and go all the way through. So who are 5 Billion Sales? Basically, 5 Billion Sales are a UK-based company. They're registered at Companies House in the UK, which is the government arm of Her Majesty's Revenues and Customs. Basically, the tax people, okay? It's a fully incorporated, registered UK company. Right, that's number one. They are part of a larger holding company. And this company has decided, thank goodness, to put 5 Billion Sales and domicile it in the UK because that made me feel a lot more comfortable when I started with the company. And we are essentially a sales and data company. The company started off with the first 3 services, and the first one is called Sell My Data. It's 5 billion sales is only about data and money. That's it. There is no other thing going on here. It's just simply data and money. What is data? That's the thing that astounds me when I speak to people, because at least 80% of people in the world have no clue that every second of every minute of every day, their data is being mined and sold. So I'm going to just show you here. I'm sure you all have a phone and you all have this going on. Pages and pages, apps and stuff. Every time, every minute of every second of every day, all of those apps are gathering and mining and selling our data. Even when we're asleep, that is data, because it means, oh, she's been offline for 8 hours while she's been sleeping. So that means she's been online for 16 hours, and it's all data. All this data, it's just pieces of information about us. Previously, in the old days, companies like Facebook and Twitter and Google, they just used to take our data. But then we had the privacy laws came in, you know, the GDPR, where we had to agree to terms and conditions or to allow cookies when we accessed any platform or any app or whatever that we did. And now, you know, you go to look at something on YouTube or you want to read a newspaper article and it says allow cookies or whatever. Now we actually give these companies permission to mine and sell our data. We're giving them the right to make money from us for free. It's ridiculous. Facebook make approximately $90 billion a year from user data. It's free to use Facebook. It's free to use Google. The reason that they're making all of this money and they can make it for free is because they're selling us. Basically, it's our user data, but they're selling us. They're selling all the information about us when we are online. It's quite remarkable that 5 billion sales has actually come along, because they're the only company, some have tried, most have failed, they're the only company currently that are doing this successfully. They are going to pay users for their data. We will be paid for our personal data, just our browsing history, $401.50 a year. If we click on something every day called the validate, it's called your V bonus, we acquire another $182.50 a year. That means we earn just from our data $584 a year every year going forward. Why do I say every year going forward? Well, I'm going to get $584 this year for my data. So when next year comes along, am I going to say, no, I'm sorry, keep your money? Of course I'm not. I'm going to say, yes, just let's do it again for another year and carry on and carry on. There are many different kinds of data. Okay, there's GPS data, tracking data, there's banking data, there's personal data, there's social media data, and there's browsing data. The most valuable of all the data is social media data and browsing history. 5 billion sales only collects browsing history. Basically, where you look and what you look at online, if you look at rabbits or if you look at wine or bikinis, whatever, it doesn't matter how long you're offline or whatever, what you do. Browsing history, that's all. And you can switch it off if you want to. But if you switch it off and you go into private browsing mode, you don't get paid for your data. Or remember to switch it back on again. We only need to be online for about 20 minutes a day. You don't have to be on there. It's not a question of the longer you're on there, the more you'll get paid. It just means that you need to be online for about 20 minutes a day. And it says on the website, you know, you can validate once a week. Well, I actually validate every day, not because I need the $182 at the end of the year, but basically because I want to be part of this program and the development of this company, because I find it very exciting and I really like what they're doing. So we get paid for selling our data to 5 billion sales. People of 14 years and above can do this. They can sell their data to 5 billion sales. But you have to be 18 years and above to take advantage of the shared opportunity, which is called refer and earn. Because not only do we get paid for our data, we also get paid when we invite somebody to, or we share the link, our personal link with somebody, we invite somebody into the company. We get paid in 5 billion sales on 16 levels, okay? Now, again, this is quite phenomenal because in this company, we are level 0. You may have been in other affiliate or MLM or different companies where the company will say to you, we're going to pay you on 8 levels. This is all rubbish. They're cheating you because in all the other companies, you are basically level 1. So they say that you're being paid on 8 levels. You're actually only being paid on 7 levels because you are level 1 in those other companies. A lot of people don't know that. In 5 billion sales, we are level 0. So when 5 billion sales say, hey, we are going to pay you on 16 levels, we get paid on 16 levels. Everybody that we invite directly is called a level 1. And everybody that we invite directly is worth $100 a year to us. But they need to activate Sell My Data. 5 billion don't pay for clicks or for emails. I mean, if they paid us just for email accounts and email addresses and for registration, Ellen and I would have been millionaires in the first 48 hours, I'm telling you. We are paid for data. So when somebody registers with you, yes, you will get $100, but they have to activate Sell My Data. They have to do exactly what we do. And in 5 billion sales, we only need to do 3 things. If you just want to keep it really basic and strip it down. We register for free, we share our link, we make money. It's as simple as that. They've just changed the Sell My Data rules, if you like, or payment plan. When we launched, because this is a new company, okay, things are developing. We're here at the very, very beginning stages. We haven't even been live for 2 months yet. But when they launched, we were told that we were going to be paid yearly for Sell My Data income. That has changed now, and 5 billion sales are going to pay everybody every 30 days from August going forward. Everybody like me or Ellen or whomever who was in pre-launch will get all of their money backdated. So if somebody registers today, they will get their pay or their payment for Sell My Data backdated from August to when they registered today. So anybody who is here in pre-launch, you're going to get a little bit of a bundle. It should probably be about $300 in August. And then every affiliate who does Sell My Data and validates every day will be paid $48 a month. This is huge. They basically changed the rules, and instead of paying us at the end of the year, they said, no, right now we're in the position, we've seen how everything's working, we're going to pay everybody in August, which is like half a year faster, and we're going to pay you every 30 days. Very cool. I don't know where you're from, okay, and I don't know your personal circumstances, but I'll tell you that in the UK, the $584 that I'm going to get for selling my data pays for my landline, it pays for my mobile, and it pays for my Wi-Fi. And it also leaves me a little bit of money left over to buy a nice pair of shoes or a really good handbag. That's what $584 a year does for me. I think that, well, I don't think, I know the impact of this in a lot of countries, less well-off countries or less economically developed countries, all countries is going to be huge. So again, we are level 0. Everybody that we invite directly is worth $100 to us a year. You can have as many people as you like on your level 1. You can have 2 people, 10, 20, 2,000. It doesn't matter. You can keep inviting people. You're not restricted by any matrix or pyramid or box or grid or anything. You can just keep inviting and inviting. And this is the reason why it's not necessary to have more than one account. You know, people, when they first start, they think, oh, I'll make another account because I'll make more money. In 5 billion sales, we don't need to do that. They've eradicated the need for that because we can grow as much as we like. On the other levels, levels 2 to 16, we get paid $5 per person, again, for everybody that comes in and registers and activates Sell My Data. So just to give you an example, just suppose we have a family of 4 people. We have 2 parents, a mum and a dad, and 2 teenagers living at home. So the mum decides to register with 5 billion sales. She's going to get $584 a year. She says to her husband, hey man, you're online as well. You may as well register. He says, yeah, why not? $584, that's good. I'm going to do that. She then gets $100 for him. He's looking at the kids thinking, well, they're 14 and 16. They're expensive. I think then they're online all the time. I think they should sell their data as well. So he signs them up and registers them. Both the kids get $584 a year. The husband gets $100 each for them. And the mum, because the mother is, her kids are on her level 2, because her husband's level 1. They're on a level 2, she gets $5 each for them. Just this household alone with 4 people, that is going to generate $2,646 a year every year for just being online and doing what they do anyway. It's incredible. I mean, it's really incredible when you think about that. That's a lot of money. I don't care where you are, that is a lot of money a year for just being online. And what's really, I speak to people all the time, and some people say, well, I don't want to wait that long for my money and all of that. And then I say to them, well, are you on Facebook? 90% of the people are, right? And then they say, yes. And I said, well, do you know how much Facebook earn a year? And they say, no idea. And when I tell them 90 billion, they're like, blows their mind. And they could have been on Facebook for 4 or 5 years. And I say to them, did Facebook ever drop you an email and say, hey, buddy, you've been on Facebook for 5 years, let me give you some money? Even if they've been on Facebook for 3 years, that's nearly $2,000 if they were with 5 billion sales. So, we have to look at the numbers here. And the numbers are what drive this whole platform. Because again, it's only about data and money. That's all. And the numbers don't lie. Somebody's saying they can't hear me. I can't, you? Oh, okay. I thought hopefully you can hear me. I haven't been talking to fresh air. So yeah, the numbers don't lie. And I find that really interesting. I'm not actually, previously to 5 billion sales, I am actually not a numbers person. When people ask me about stuff like that, I usually say, no, I'm Scrabble. I'm not Sudoku. That's a numbers thing, it's not my thing. But this is so easy to understand that, they've made it very simple. And they've made it simple because it's a global opportunity. It's the first opportunity that I've ever come across that is 100% equal, actually. It doesn't matter where you are from, your race, age, gender, religion, academic ability, none of that actually matters. The only thing that matters is if you have access to a device of some kind. And even people who are maybe not well off and they don't all have a device each, 8 people can use one device and sell my data. So, a family in a less well-off country or wherever, just a less well-off family, if there's a few kids in the house and parents and, I don't know, an uncle or grandparents or whatever, everybody can sell my data. You just log in and log out and you log in with your account. It's amazing. I mean, imagine if you have, I have a guy in the UK and he has 7 brothers and sisters and they all live in the same house and they're all adults. I mean, the size of the house must be huge, but there's the mum and then there's these 8 kids all grown up and they're all doing sell my data. So just that household alone is generating thousands of dollars and they're all online. They were all online anyway, but nobody paid them. So it's very important to understand about the data. And it's very important to understand that this is where the money comes from. Because when people look at 5 billion sales and the money that they're offering, they think, wow, this is like crazy money. This is like Vegas or a lottery or something like that. Because they don't understand about the data. And if you take the time to educate people and point this out to people, then, slowly they start to get the idea of where the money's coming from. And this is a really important point for me. And I want to, try and urge you all to take a bit of time to do that. So learning about the numbers is important. Knowing what we're doing is important. I seem to have gone into some kind of therapy thing here, but it's not about that. It's about, you know, people understanding what this business is all about and valuing the opportunity that we've been given, because I don't see any other opportunity like this anywhere in the world, where every single person can register for free. Everybody can register for free. You know, we are now on the planet 9 billion people. Nearly everybody has a device of some kind or access to a device. But nearly everybody on the planet is broke, and people are getting more broke every day. But they're on a phone or a laptop or something, you know, so anybody can do this. That's what 5 Billion Sales say on the website. Anybody can do this, everybody can do this, and it's true. It's really true. So even if you don't have your own device, I'm sure one of your neighbors has or something, go and share the opportunity with them. So that's the thing. We register for free, as you all know. We get a link that we share, and we make money. It's as simple as that. It comes down to those three things. That's all we need to do. And that is called refer and earn. And it's very simple. You can share your link with some people, and you'll make some money. And if you share your link with a lot of people, you'll make a lot of money. It's just semantics. It's just numbers. So most people here on the call, most of you registered with 5 Billion Sales because you wanted to earn money. You were offered the opportunity by somebody, or somebody told you about this, and you want to earn money, which is why you're here. So I think that most people here would be happy if they earned $100,000 in the following year going forward. And some of you will be thinking, this lady's crazy, just like, I'm never going to be able to do that. Well, with an attitude like that, you probably won't be able to do that. But let me tell you, it's very, very simple to earn $100,000 a year with 5 billion sales. But you need to know the numbers. You need to know what you're doing. So I prepared a PowerPoint presentation. It's very simple because I'm a very simple kind of person. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this with you, and I'm going to show you step by step how you can all earn at least $100,000 in the following year. And it's really, really easy. And the reason I say that it's really easy is because I've done this, I know how the numbers work, and trust me, I'm a bit lazy, to be honest with you, which is why 5 Billion Sales suits me. I'm no good at techno, and I'm no good at anything else. I just simply want to make money. And that's great, because that's what 5 Billion Sales is all about. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I hope I'm going to do everything right, because again, I'm not techno. So we'll see. Okay, I've done that successfully, I think. And I'm going to show you my little PowerPoint, which again is very, very basic. One of the things, I have two things that are actually a bit of a bugbear with me in 5 Billion Sales. The first thing is you have to look after your people, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But the second thing, which is really important, is to understand is that we're not selling anything here. We're giving people an opportunity to earn money. We're providing people with a probable financial lifeline if they want to listen. So these are the numbers. And again, the numbers don't lie. So, you know, I'm not here saying this is the biggest and the best and the greatest. Well, I kind of am, but I can back this up with the numbers because this works. So here we have step 1, level 0. This is us, personal data. We get $401.50 a year for our personal data and $182.50 for doing the validation, which is $584 a year. That's for us, level 0 for us. Level 1 with 150 affiliates. Now, some of you might be sitting thinking, well, you know, 150 affiliates, I've only got 6, or I've only got 2, or I've only got 10. How do you get 150 affiliates? Well, it's really easy. And I only use this 150 because this is what 5 Billion Sales had on the website. I'm not sure if it's still there, but this is basically what you do. To get 150 affiliates, all you need to do is to invite one new person every 2.5 days. Think about that for a moment. One new person invited every 2.5 days. to share the opportunity for somebody to make money with what they're doing already online every 2.5 days. And if you do that, multiply those 150 by $100, you will get $15,000 a year. It's simple. And, you know, I don't know where you're from, but $15,000 in the UK, that is probably the salary for somebody who works in a shop, maybe Monday to Saturday, or I don't know. But that's, you know, people have to work hard in the UK for $15,000 a year. You could be a cleaner, an office cleaner, you could work in an office, you could work in a call center, but that's what it would do. And you would be working maybe 8 in the morning till 6 at night, 6 days a week. But for us to earn $15,000 a year, all we need to do is invite one new person every 2.5 days. That's it. It's incredible. So then you get your levels 2 to 16. So if this 150 or these 150 invite only 10 people a month, 2.5 people a week, you will have 1,500 new affiliates a month. 1,500 per month multiplied by 12 months will give you 18,000 affiliates a year. 18,000 multiplied by $5 will give you $90,000 a year. So with your data, your personal data, your level 1 affiliates, and the levels 2 to 16, together combined, you will have over $105,000 a year, every year going forward. One thing that really is very important to understand here, again, I say going forward, because these people are not going to give up this money that they're making the following year. They're not going to say, hey, no, I'm sorry, I don't want that $584, or I don't want that $2,000. Of course not. They're going to go and tell everybody at the end of the year, hey, you know what? I registered with this thing for free, and look, they just paid me $1,000. And then all their friends are going to jump on board, and they're going to go, wow, I want to do that. And all of a sudden, their downline, if you like, will explode. This is very basic. So to get this $105,584, where did you start? You started by inviting one new person every 2.5 days. That's not even 3 people a week, to earn money for free, doing what they're doing already. It blows my mind every time I say that. So that's step 1. Let's take it up a level. We always get $584 for our personal data. But if we decide to invite one new person every 2 days, every other day, we will have 182.5 affiliates. We'll have half a person there, because this is 365 days of the year divided by 2. One new person every 2 days. So you might invite somebody on Monday, but not on Tuesday, you do on Wednesday, or you could do one new person every day for 6 months and then take 6 months off. Doesn't matter. One new person every day will get you $18,250 a year, every year. You'd have to be an under manager in a shop or something like that, or some kind of supervisor or whatever to get this in the UK. And again, you would be working 5 or 6 days a week, maybe some kind of telephone engineer or something. You'd have to work 6 days a week, but we only need to invite one new person every 2 days. One new person for free in 48 hours for them to earn money and for you to earn money. It's quite incredible. And if those people invite only 10 a month, again, 2.5 people a week, you will have 1,825 new affiliates a month joining you. 1,825 a month times 12 months will give you 21,900 affiliates a year. Those ones multiplied by $5 will give you $109,500 a year, which in total will give you $128,334 minimum a year going forward. And what happens if these people invite more than 10 a month? You're going to make even more. But the one that I like the best is this one, inviting one new person every day. And this is what I work to. Well, actually, I work to doing 2 a day, but never mind. If you just do 1 a day, we have our personal data, 365 days of the year multiplied by $100 will give you $36,500 a year just on your level 1. I'm going to say it again. A level 1 with 365 affiliates is inviting one new person every day. 365 multiplied by $100 is $36,500 a year. Imagine if you invite more, 2 or 3 a day. Again, you know, teachers don't even earn this money in the UK. So this is a huge amount of money. And what did we do? We invited one new person every day to earn money for free. So then we take it down. If these 365 invite only 10 a month, this is 3,650 new affiliates a month. Those ones multiplied by 12 will give you 43,800 affiliates per year. Multiplied by $5 will give you $219,000 a year. Add it all up together and you will be on over $250,000 a year. Again, over $250,000 a year. And what did you do to start getting this money? You invited one new person every day for free to earn money on their phone or whatever that they're doing already. One new person every day equals over $250,000. Again, the numbers don't lie. And it's, you know, it's really imperative that you understand the numbers and how they work. Because if you stick to that, you cannot fail to make this money. It's as simple as that. So the takeaway that I want you to really get, because the reason I'm speaking like this to you today is because I get texts, as does Ellen, and I'm sure Chris does. We get texts all the time from people asking not very smart questions. Because when anybody registers with me, I'm a great believer in taking care of my people, okay? And I have to say, and I'm not being kind of egotistical about this, but I have now nearly 300,000 people in my downline. And I think that a lot of them I didn't know. Obviously, I don't know all of them. But every single person who is registered with me, I have taken care of. Every single person who registers with me gets a welcome text. I have a standard one on my phone. It just says, hi, thank you for registering with 5 Billion Sales. My name is Inge. I am your sponsor. I'm here to help you make money. Something. So I can just click, you know, we go into our back office, we can connect with people on WhatsApp, and I just send them a text. And I also have 3 texts that I use, standard texts, to help people to share their link. Because in the very beginning, you know, back in pre-launch, I would just say to people, well, you just do this, it's really easy. But then they wouldn't follow through. And we couldn't see then, you know, we weren't doing sell my data, but they weren't, you know, getting anywhere. I could see that they weren't active, if you like. So then I used to have to get in touch with them again, because not everybody is active in making money. Quite a lot of people, maybe the majority, are actually quite lazy. So I have these 3 standard texts, which if you're in my downline, you will definitely have had. And I make people their texts. I say to them, hey, you know, you registered, send me your affiliate link. Okay, send me your affiliate link and I'm going to make you some sharing texts. They send their affiliate link. And because I have these 3 standard texts on my phone, and I only ever use my phone for everything, I'm like addicted, I just put their link in to these texts and I send them back and I just say to them, hey, all you need to do is share these texts. The more you share, the more you make. And while you're here, here's my Telegram channel link, and here's my latest Zoom recording, and here's my next Zoom. And that's it. Well, sometimes I explain to them about the flag if they're from a different country and say, look, go click on the flag and you can get it in your language, because obviously that helps when you're dealing with people. Because as we said, anybody anywhere in the world can do this. So I take care of my people because I think that if I take care of my people, they're going to take care of me. And I'm in this for the money. So, you know, also, well, not just that, because also I really like the company as well and what they're trying to do. That's important as well. But primarily, everybody here registered with 5 Billion Sales because they wanted to make a lot of money. So, Again, most people, the majority of people that you meet maybe on social media or that you're trying to recruit, your family and friends and colleagues will listen to you. They already probably know about data, or you're going to tell them, hey, I registered with this thing, it's all about data. Do you realize how much Facebook earned? Hey, you're on Facebook, they never paid you, that kind of thing. But when you're meeting a stranger online, they have no clue. So you need to take a minute or two to talk to these people and point out to them that all of these platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, all of them, everything you're doing, YouTube, even reading the paper online, everybody is taking advantage of everybody's data. There is a saying in the data industry that if a product is for free, you are the product. Because we are the product. We've been bought and sold for years. Again, this is slightly off track, but I don't know if any of you have watched The Social Dilemma on Netflix. It's a documentary about Facebook that was made in December, or it came out in December 2020, where even the Facebook executives, who have made billions, by the way, even they have said that it's gone too far about data collection. But that's another thing. That's about social media manipulation. 5 billion sales isn't doing anything like that. But it gives you some idea of the scope of this, because again, people don't understand about data. They have no idea. And when you point it out to them, they go, hey, I want a bit of that. Why should they get all that money for my data? And sometimes you might want to make them a little bit mad with that and make them feel slightly indignant and say, hey, he's been making all of this money from me, because they're making big money. You only have to look at who's actually making the money on the planet, these big corporations, and it's all driven by data. Even, and again, this has got nothing to do with 5 billion sales, but probably, apart from Google, the biggest data collector on the planet is probably Amazon. Because Amazon knows everything about us, when we shop, how we shop, who we're shopping for, which day we spend the most money on, how much we spend at Christmas. Do we spend more money for the garden stuff or the dog or on the kids or on our self-tanning oil or whatever? Amazon knows everything. This is how Jeff Bezos became the richest guy in the world, from data. Again, we're not Amazon and we're not a store or anything like that, but it's data is king. It's the new oil for our generation. And 5 billion sales is the only company that is doing this successfully. We have the first of the 3 services now. We're going to have 9 services in total. Now is the, we haven't even been launched for 2 months, and some incredible things are happening within the company. Everybody here is really fortunate to have gotten into this company at this time, because you've got the opportunity to build a team. And another thing I say to my people quite frequently is, listen, get in touch with everybody that you know and get to them before somebody else does, because this is the hottest opportunity on the planet right now. And how sick are you going to be if you, you don't bother talking to your neighbor, or you don't bother talking to your colleague at work, or the guy who sits next to you, or whatever that you're working with. And 6 months later, he comes in, or he's driving a new Mercedes, and you go, hey, where'd you get the new Mercedes? And he says, oh, I registered with this company called 5 billion sales like about 6 months ago, and I did all this stuff that they told me to do, and look at the car, look at this, wife looks great, everything's going well. And you will be like, oh my God, man, why didn't I just open my mouth and tell him? Because one thing I've learned in life is that people are not going to come looking for me. I have to take it to the people. It's just a fundamental thing. I'm sitting here in my apartment in Edinburgh. Who knows that I'm doing 5 billion sales? Well, obviously the people in my team do, but the people outside, they don't know that. I don't wear the T-shirt everywhere. You've got to tell people what you're doing. And again, it's a people business, even though it's about just sales and data, which I find quite cold as an industry, but it's about sharing and improving people's lives. Because the guy who's sitting outside the station in the rain in Edinburgh, outside the train station, the poor beggar up there, he's got a phone. He doesn't have to sit there in the cold. He can do what I'm doing, because anybody can do this. You can be in a jungle in Thailand, you can be on a mountaintop, you can be in Los Angeles, You can be in Delhi, doesn't matter. If you've got a phone, you can do it. You don't even have to speak to people. You can just send them a text. How easy is this? And sometimes people say to me, I'm just going on about what people say to me because I had like a week of crazy text. And sometimes people say, well, you know, like it seems a bit difficult. And I'm going, difficult? You're on your phone now. How difficult can it be? Have I asked you to go and paint a skyscraper or dig a hole in the rain or, you know, walk my dog for 50 miles? No. All I'm saying is just do what you're doing already online. Or do you just want, you know, Facebook to have all the money all the time and you be poor? In life, there are people who make money and there are people who make excuses. And if you want to be successful with this, as you see, to make over $250,000 a year going forward, all you need to do is to invite one new person for free every day. That's it. Easy. How to build a team quickly? Well, you know, I registered, and some of you don't know this, and some of you that do, you might find it a little boring, but I was introduced to 5 billion sales. I got a random text from somebody in Africa that I kind of had various texts with. That's it. Not a friend, not a colleague, never been in the same company. And I was in between things to do, and just people pitch. I'm sure, you know, you get texts all the time about loads of different things as well. And this guy just sent me a text, and I saw the 5 billion sales, the thing. I thought, oh, that logo looks a little bit cheesy. It's a little bit, you know, 5 billion sales. And I nearly deleted the text. I can't, sometimes it freaks me out to think that I nearly deleted the damn text. But I went back to it. I was like, go and have a look. And the reason that I went back to it is because crypto wasn't mentioned in the text, which I thought, well, that's interesting because everybody's trying to sell me some kind of crypto at the moment. I thought, well, that's interesting. I'm going to just have a look. It says free opportunity. Why not? I'll have a look. Not going to cost me anything. And what I saw when I looked, I thought, well, register for free. I'll give it a go. Let's see what these guys are about. Went into the back office, which was like the 10th of September, where we have nothing like it is now. And I just thought, man, these people are going to make a fortune. This is going to be the #1 company in the damn world. They know what they're doing. The reason that I felt like that is because Ellen and I had both been in companies that had floundered, if you like, in pre-launch and stuff like that. And they just didn't quite get it together. And one of them that we both got involved with in July is still floundering on, nearly a year later. 5 billion sales have done everything that they said that they were going to do. The only thing that there was a delay with was the launch date, which happened, it was supposed to launch on December 22nd, but 3 members of the core team of 30 people, 3 members died of COVID back in November, December, and a lot of people were ill in hospital. And at that time, again, if you're in the UK, you'll know this, but if you were or not in the UK, I posted on my groups that the UK was in such a bad state in December last year with COVID that they had to draft in the army to help the hospitals out. It was actually on Sky News, and I posted that so people would understand. So there was a delay with launch, but we launched on March the 1st officially. That was really, it was actually quite good to have the time. But when we started, some of us here, Chris, Ellen, and a few other people, when we started, we didn't have this beautiful system that we have now. And new features are going to be added all the time. This is just like the embryo. This is like the baby who's, you know, just 6 weeks old in the womb, what we're doing here. It's going to grow. So if you have even just 10 people in your team, and these 10 people are taking advantage of 3 services, it's like you have 30 people in your team. And when they launch the other services, if you know, they do that, it's like your team is growing even though you started off with 10 people. I mean, I do everything. I know some of you here do everything. So it means that, you know, you're making money on all levels. And it's a choice as well. You know, we choose to register with this company because we want to earn money. Nobody's forced us to do this. Everybody wants to earn money, and nobody has to pay. Everything is free apart from the ads. But if you want to buy an ad, that's a different thing. So what we'll do now is we will go on to, actually, I was going to tell you one more thing about building a team from the very beginning. So I registered. And again, the numbers kind of really started to fascinate me. And I thought, I want to build a team fast. How can I do that? I want numbers. This is a numbers game. I want numbers. The first person I called was Ellen, because like she's really smart and we'd just been through a few things together. And I just said to her, Ellen, I've just come across the best opportunity in the world. You're going to love it. It's fun. You're going to do it. And because she's smart, she looked at it, and because she trusts me, she just said, right, I'm on it. And after, even after a few hours, we were getting people registering with us because we were so high with the whole thing. It was amazing. And it was free. It just went so fast and so easy. And again, we didn't have a website. My sponsor, he sent me that text on the 10th of September. I never heard from him again until the 10th of January. He didn't look after me. But I learned something, and I just thought, you know what? Not everybody gets it, because not everybody's like me and Ellen. So when people come in and I register people, I'm going to look after them because I want to grow this thing. So I decided in the first few days that I wanted to have a team of 30,000 people. I thought, if I can get going with 30,000 people, I'll be doing well. So again, not techno, sat down with my phone and a piece of paper and thought, how am I going to do this? And then I remembered the chessboard, the grain of rice. You have one, then you put two, and you keep doubling it. So I thought, well, what if I invite somebody every day for 30 days? So I kind of did some calculations, again, pen and paper. And I thought, okay, if I invite somebody today, and then tomorrow I invite somebody again, and they invite somebody, and then day 2, we all invite somebody like this, going down for 30 days only. In my time frame, I will have 30,000 people. And it's just a little bit short. I think it's like 29,894 or something. It's like half a dozen short. But it doesn't matter, because the point is that you can do this because it's easy. And that's if you do it in 30 days. I have to say, I did it in 28 days. I'm not trying to be clever here. I'm just trying to show you how simple it is. So after 30 days, yes, I had over 30,000 people. And some of them ran around with it, and some of them didn't bother doing anything. The point is, everybody just has to share. That's all you need to do, is to share the opportunity, and then show people how to do it. Register for free, share your link, make money. And that's all you need to know. Sales, data, money. That's basically the whole business, and telling people. So that's kind of a little bit of a mix-up. I know some of you really want to talk about guaranteed sales and how that works and all the rest of it. So